Level 1. The egg. You are coiled darkness inside a leathery shell. You have no eyes, no lungs, no heartbeat. You're just waiting. The egg has been sitting in a cave outside a remote American mountain village for millennia. The villagers have walked past the mouth of that cave 10,000 times. None of them went deep enough though, until today. Her name is Dr. Sarah. She's a field biologist 6 weeks into a research trip. She has a satellite phone, a headlamp, and is conducting research on fungal growths in high-altitude caves. She's good at her job. She's thorough, and she goes deeper into the cave than she planned to. She stumbles across you. She crouches down and leans in close with her headlamp. She has no idea what she's holding. The warmth of her hand soaks through the shell. You begin to register it. You feel her heat signature, her heartbeat. The shell begins to open. Level 2. The facehugger. You erupt from the egg in a single explosive motion. Your 8 legs find her face before she even registers what's happening. Dr. Sarah gets half a breath in before your tail locks around her throat. You have one function, and you are executing it perfectly. She claws at you. Her fingernails break, but you are genetically designed for this. Somewhere underneath you, her body goes limp and the cave goes quiet. You are already working. The delivery takes 11 minutes. Her satellite phone crashes onto the floor. No one hears it. Sarah is all yours. Level 3. The parasite. Sarah wakes up on the cave floor, and you are already gone. The facehugger dropped off in the night, shriveled and finished. Its one job complete. Sarah has a headache that she describes in her field notes as the worst of her life. Her throat feels weirdly bruised. She assumes she fainted and hit her head. She makes her way back to the research station, finishes her paper, and goes to sleep. She has no idea that you are growing inside her chest. She starts to feel something wrong on day 3. A pressure, a feeling she cannot name. On day 5, she radios for a medical pickup and describes the symptoms as a chest infection. The doctor orders an x-ray. The technician looks at the scan for a long time and calls the doctor over. An odd shadow present in the x-ray troubles them, but they decide that this is an artifact of the imaging equipment. They tell Sarah to take some antibiotics and rest. Sarah is your incubator, and she doesn't know it yet. You are growing, feeding off her food and oxygen. You are developing fast, with your spine already forming. You will soon be ready to take over the world. Level 4. The chestburster. It is day 9. Sarah is on a video call with her university supervisor discussing the paper revisions. She's mid-sentence when her expression changes. It's not pain exactly, it's confusion, a feeling she's never felt before. The supervisor asks if she's all right. She opens her mouth to answer, but you don't wait. You tear through her chest in 4 seconds and hit the floor running. Pale and wet, you move faster than anything 6 inches long has any right to move. Sarah is dead. And the supervisor is still on the screen, frozen, watching. You are already gone. You disappear into the gap behind the refrigerator before the first scream finishes echoing. The research lab has 43 people in it. The nearest town is 2 hours away on a dirt road. You begin eating. A rat, the rubber seal on the refrigerator, a cat. You have maybe 12 hours before they start looking for you properly. You need mass. You need to grow fast. Level 5. The drone. You are fully formed, 7 feet of black chitin and controlled aggression. You move with stealth that shouldn't be possible for something of your size. Your specialized eyes designed to hunt see everything. Heat, vibration, the electrical pulse of a human nervous system 30 feet away. There are 43 people in this lab. There were. You've taken 4 of them. Not killed, taken. You carry them back to the cave so they can be hosts for even more workers like you. The hive must grow. You store them. You keep them warm and coat them in resin. The hive needs workers. The remaining 39 have barricaded themselves into the community hall. They have 2 hunting rifles, a flare gun, and a man named Thomas who served in the military 15 years ago. Thomas is taking this seriously. He's assigned watches, he's covered the windows, he's doing everything right. But the colony must grow. You must consume them all. Level 6. The warrior. You are not alone anymore. The first 2 eggs you moved from the deep cave have done their work. 2 new drones move alongside you now. You do not speak to them. You do not need to. The coordination is chemical, carried in the air between you like a language. The surviving researchers have barricaded themselves in the generator room with enough food and water for 3 weeks and plan to wait for the rescue team. They killed one of your brothers with a flare gun at close range. They are prey, but they're not weak. You remember that and get your revenge. You attack the survivors from every direction at once. Not all of the scientists die. Most are stored. You need hosts more than you need meat. The hive is no longer a single creature in a cave. It is becoming something bigger. Level 7, the Hunter. The lab going silent raises alarms. A police unit shows up to investigate. Your 2 new drones consume them all, but this only attracts more attention. 2 more police units show up to investigate. These move differently from the researchers. They arrive in vehicles, move in pairs, and check corners. They are smarter and more controlled, unlike the other prey. These humans are more dangerous. You start picking them off, one by one. Not the ones at the front with weapons ready. The ones covering the rear. The one who checked his phone. The one who stepped 6 feet from his partner to check his radio signal. Humans are feeble creatures. They operate on the assumption that danger comes from one direction at a time. You make the most of their weakness. You are infinitely patient. You waited 10,000 years in an egg. A couple of hours are nothing to you. You wait until the moment is right, and then strike. 7 new hosts are in the cave by the end of the 2nd day, but human reinforcements are already on the way. Level 8, the Queen. Something has shifted inside you. Your biology has made a decision that you did not choose. Your body begins its transformation over 6 hours. Your abdomen elongates. Your cranial crest hardens and spreads into a shape that has no function except authority. You grow larger, denser. You're no longer capable of the speed you once had, and you do not miss it, because speed is no longer your role. Your role is production. You have become a queen. You lay 20 eggs in the first day, 31 in the second. The drone workers seal them into resin alcoves along the cave walls and into newly constructed chambers that branch off the original cave like roots. The cave that Dr. Sarah entered alone with a headlamp is now a fully fledged hive, a facility, a living thing with a heartbeat that pulses through its walls. The backup police units find the cave entrance on day 3. They have thermal cameras, sealed suits, and shaped charges, but your drones kill them before they can set them off. You keep producing. Level 9, the Outbreak. The military gets involved. The cover story is a chemical spill. It's not convincing, but it does not need to be. It only needs to buy time while they assess whether you can be eliminated cleanly. They set up a perimeter to contain the hive. There are hundreds of soldiers positioned around the cave and laboratory, accompanied by vehicles and searchlights. The humans think they have you contained, but you're already one step ahead. You sent 4 drones to breach the perimeter on the first night by going under it. Your workers move through the drainage channel between the eastern fence line. The drones discover a family living in a farm 12 kilometers from the hive. The farm ships milk twice a week. The next truck arrives on Thursday, but the driver notices nothing unusual. He unloads his cargo and drives 4 hours to a nearby city. He feels a discomfort in his chest, but he just blames it on a long drive. When he arrives, he parks in the loading bay, goes home, and sets an alarm that he will never wake to. Level 10. The urban spread. By the time the trucker's corpse is discovered, 14 people in the building have been taken as hosts. You have been carefully studying the humans. Noise is a liability, and destruction draws a military response. What works is quiet infiltration. You will crush your prey by being inside their infrastructure before any of them has an idea what's going on. The building where the trucker lived is a highway for your hive. It has maintenance tunnels that connect to nearby apartments, and a parking structure stretches beneath the entire block. You are in all of them within a week. The second queen emerges in the parking lot on a Wednesday. You feel her the moment she emerges from her host. She isn't a threat. She's just an extension of your colony. The hive doubles its reproductive capacity overnight. You are not a small outbreak anymore. You are now a flourishing colony. Level 11, military confrontation. They know now. It took them too long, but they know. The footage from the apartment security cameras made it impossible to deny. They take you very seriously. The army is fully deployed. Tanks, air support, even flamethrowers and thermobaric munitions designed to kill organisms are deployed. They burn 3 city blocks. They establish a perimeter around the city district. They shoot anything that moves in the exclusion zone. The army managed to kill hundreds of drones in the first few days. They announce it as a success in a press conference, but they aren't being honest. What they didn't mention was that during the 3 days of that engagement, 600 new hosts had been implanted in the surrounding cities that the army had not yet reached. For every xenomorph they killed, 3 more hosts were already incubating. Their win condition required total extermination of every egg, every host, every facehugger, and every hive structure across the entire city grid. Yours requires only survival and time. You have both. The army does not yet understand that they are not fighting a military. They are fighting the apex predator of the galaxy. Level 12, the underground network. They do not know about the tunnels. The military built a perimeter around what they could see. Thermal imaging from drones showed heat signatures in buildings, in alleyways, in the open. But they did not think about below. The city's drainage and utility networks run for 400 kilometers beneath the streets. Your kind mapped it in 72 hours. Eggs have been placed at 17 junction points. Your drones move through the tunnels silently, below the army's sensors, below the sweep teams, surfacing in places the perimeter was never designed to cover. A hospital basement 3 kilometers outside the exclusion zone. A university building's maintenance level, the loading bay of a rail freight depot. The humans are too arrogant, far too complacent. They are still underestimating you, and you will make the most of it. Level 13, the continental spread. The first international incident is confirmed on a Tuesday morning. A cargo vessel that departed Los Angeles 11 days ago and docked in Rotterdam has gone silent. Port authorities sent 2 officers to investigate. They found the gangway down and the hold open. The officers did not come back. A research station in northern Canada broadcasts its standard weekly status report on a Sunday and then goes completely radio silent. The pilot who delivered supplies 10 days prior is currently on his 3rd run of the week and feels fine, except for a tightness in his chest. He blames it on a cold. You didn't coordinate any of this. There is no central intelligence directing the spread. No strategy, no decisions. You are biology's greatest achievement. A collection of cells forming the most ruthless killing machine to ever inhabit the universe. Relentless and unstoppable. Humanity spent 100,000 years building roads and ports and vast interconnected networks of infrastructure on Earth. Every port, every loading dock, every drainage tunnel beneath every city, all they were doing was providing an ideal killing ground for the deadliest, ruthless creature to ever inhabit the galaxy.